What's up, it's your boy Mike from AFTV. Are you back again with another video? And well, newsflash, I got to watch the whole match of Arsenal versus Leicester City yesterday, today, depending on where you are. I think it was definitely yesterday. Well, what can I say about that? It was just poor. Just shambles, fucking idiots, poor. I guess I'm gonna do a player ratings, because why not? I don't know, I just feel like it, I guess. We'll start off with Burn Leno. Out of 10, man gets an 8, I reckon. I thought he was phenomenal for most of that game. Made some really good saves. You know, near post, doubles, triples, and a header from the corner. He was phenomenal, I thought. The only thing I would criticise him on is Vardy's first goal, Leicester second. I thought his starting position was a little bit, didn't know if he wanted to come forward or backward, just lacked a little bit of decisiveness in that instance. So I thought he could have done a bit better with his starting position, but apart from that, he was really good, so 8 out of 10. Moving on to right back, Ainsley Maitland-Niles was only on for about 20 odd minutes before he got sent off. He didn't play overly badly, but tackles maybe were a bit rash, like the second one when you're on a youngo going in like that. But I thought the fouls were both very, very harsh, man. Judgments from the referee, especially that early in the game. I give Maitland-Niles a 3 for the fact that he just went in on that second tackle. I think that just knocks him down. But apart from that, not massively tragic. I mean, he wasn't brilliant, but yeah, not massively tragic either. Moving on, we got Socrates. Out of 10, what do I give this guy? Not massively tragic or anything. Maybe I give him like 3.5, 3.5. Just not commanding, nothing like that. He's trying to keep up with Vardy, but Vardy's just got him on the pace. Didn't really bring the line back enough and lead that defence, especially though because Koscielny wasn't on for that first half. Just the line and everything was... I give him a 4 actually. He wasn't great, but I give him a 4. Mustafi, I give a 4 as well. He wasn't actually that... Oh no, I think... Let me go back to Socrates for a second. 3.5, because Mustafi was marginally better than him, I thought. So I give Mustafi a 4. Reason being, I thought sometimes at right back, his positional play was way off. Like, there was a couple instances where Leicester were getting the ball down there left-hand side, where Mustafi was in the second half, right back. And Mustafi was like right next to Torreira, and they had heaps of space. And his position was just off a couple of times, but apart from that, nothing really that bad. Decent effort, I guess. Give Mustafi a 4. His positional play, I'm going to criticise him on a bit, but apart from that, not really an awful lot to say. Going to go see Sead Kolasinac next at left back. Well, I give this guy 2, 3. He's just... I don't know, man. He's not heaps of mistakes or something like that, but just non-existent. His defending wasn't particularly great. He didn't do anything going forward. Just, it's like you wouldn't have noticed the difference if he was there or he wasn't. Honestly, for Kolasinac, it's like 3, to be honest with you. I'm going to go into the midfield now. I'll start off with Lucas Torreira. I give that guy a 6 because he tried. He should have had a penalty as well, man. He wanted a couple decent fouls. The ref should have given him at least a couple more, like our way, that happened on him. It wasn't awfully great, to be honest with you, in his play and everything, but he showed more heart and more fight than the rest of the team by miles, so that's why I give him a 6. Next, I'm going Granit Xhaka. I'm giving him 2.5. He was poor. I mean, he had a couple of decent passes where you thought maybe we get half a chance, but they were overhit, so nothing really came out of those. And on top of that, man, I mean, he wasn't really that good defensively. And his mobility, man, it was just like... It's like, to me, it's like watching somebody with arthritis try to play, man. It's like he couldn't move. Maddison and Tielemans are just moving around doing their thing, and Xhaka... I mean, I'm not like DT. I love Granit Xhaka, but fucking hell, man, the guy couldn't move at all. And the other thing too about him is, like, I remember I seen Tillemans at one point. He got so close with a really good long shot, and we weren't creating nothing at all. And I'm just thinking, Xhaka, man, what? You've scored some bangers. Just try a couple long shots, man. You ain't got nothing else, and he didn't. Not that we were up in their end an awful lot, but just like, nobody tried nothing, man. Xhaka 2.5, man. Oh, right mid, Henrik Mkhitaryan. You're getting a big fucking fat 0. I was watching AFTV's player ratings a couple of hours ago, and literally I remember Troops like, did he even play? That's what it was like. He didn't offer no creativity. He didn't do nothing going forward. Defensively, when he had to play like right wing back, sort of half right mid, half right back, because of Maitland-Niles sending off for that last 20 minutes of the first half, he was looking shaky in defence and unlucky, just lucky we didn't concede nothing. Mkhitaryan, fucking hell, 0. I don't even feel sorry enough for him to give him a 1. He's getting a 0, man. Alex Iwobi, poor game, but he was better than Mkhitaryan. I give him a 3.5. I thought his end product again was pretty shocking today. Like, the fuck, oh my god, that shot, that was just tragic, man. When he had that chance that Aubameyang laid off for him, it's just like, you look at the difference between him and a world-class winger. Here's the difference. Leroy Sané scores that. Sterling scores that. Salah scores that. Mane scores that. Hazard scores that. Iwobi passes it to the keeper. I mean, and you ask me why I make these comparisons. Look at the likes of Raheem Sterling and Leroy Sané, especially those two. They're like within a year of Iwobi's age. You know, they're around the same age, and Iwobi's been at a bigger club longer than those two. Like, well, maybe not Sterling, but Sané. Sané was at Wolfsburg while Iwobi was at Arsenal, and Iwobi's just, he hasn't done jack shit, man. He's been poor, man. But I mean, he had a decent cross-in for Lacazette's chance, which I thought was alright. And he caused more problems than anybody else, even though it was barely anything as well. But yeah, 3.5 just because that ball into Lacazette. That's the only reason I'm giving him something at all, really. I would have given him a 2 if not for that. Onto the strikers. Lacazette, what can I say? He tried, I guess. I give him a 5, to be honest with you. His volley was about as close as we got to scoring. Because don't tell me about Iwobi's P-roll. That was shit. But the volley was about as close as we got to scoring, although that wasn't on target. And yeah, he didn't really play great, but until Nketiah came on and Aubameyang started doing it, the amount that he had to drop so deep, even into our defensive third, to get the ball was ridiculous. Because he had no supply. The guy was going, like, dropping beyond deep to get the ball. And but I mean, I don't know. His pressing wasn't particularly great today, but his work rate was better than most of the other players. That's why I'm being generous and giving him a 5. Aubameyang next, he gets a 3. The only real noteworthy thing that he did good was lay off that ball for Iwobi's shot, but he didn't do jack shit apart from that. He got back a couple of times when Nketiah came on to get the ball, but again, nothing really great to talk about there. There's a couple of times where he was him versus Johnny Evans to get the ball, and he's chasing back. I think he just got to a point where he just threw his hands up. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm not getting this. It's like, your pace, you should be getting there and at least challenging Johnny Evans. It's Johnny Evans, man, and you're freaking the Usain Bolt of football. And he's just, like, done the most half-assed effort, man. But just because he put a layoff on for Iwobi, I'm giving him a 3. That was shit performance from him, man. On the bench. First player, come on, Lauren Koscielny. I got to give him a 6. If I gave Lacazette a 5, I got to give Koscielny a 6, I guess. It wasn't particularly great. Best out of a bad bunch in defence, I guess. I thought most of what he did was pretty good, but I thought he'd committed too early to try to clear the ball over his head as it was coming down for Vardy's second goal, and he didn't try to chase back and get a proper interception on it, and Vardy just went through and see you later. To be honest with you, I thought poor on that, but apart from that, nothing real big mistake-wise, so I give Koscielny a 6. Matteo Guendouzi, young lad, come on. Poor. No, not really poor, but just, I don't know, it's like he was barely even playing. The only way you notice him is from that sideshow Bob haircut. He wasn't particularly bad. I guess I give him 5. Yeah, I give him a 5, man. Again, he wasn't worse than Lacazette. He just didn't do anything, really. Just a couple of times on the ball, defending, average to decent, I guess, but nothing there from him that was really that good. Leicester's was still pretty much dominating us, didn't really add nothing. Guess he's a little bit more mobile than Xhaka, but I don't know, man. Just got to give him a standard 5 because he was only on for about not even half an hour. Next sub, Eddie Nketiah, he wasn't even on for 10 minutes. I'm giving him a 7 because he had a couple of decent chances, forced a couple of corners, tried, nearly scored at one point. But again, from zero supply to do what he did was absolutely brilliant. But what can he do, man? Wasn't the greatest day at the office for him or anybody, but for the effort, I give him a 7. Gonna go on to the fans now in general. I'm giving them a 10, man. Listen, I got a call. I will mention this in Unai Emery's player rating, actually. Like the fans, honestly, you're talking about fans overseas, like myself, for instance. Arsenal playing that shit, and we stay up, you know what I mean? Sometimes beyond midnight, crazy hours in the morning to watch them lot, or waking up at 2 or 3 o'clock to watch them lot from overseas, and they give us that. Not to mention the away fans at the stadium. That is ridiculous, man. They go and support you week in, week out. I'm hearing them chant, Arsenal, 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 when I'm watching on the TV. And the players are just giving nothing back to them. Like, what? Come on, man. It's ridiculous. I mean, the fans are still just cheering their hearts out, man. I applaud you for the support. If you're at the games, if you're staying up like I do sometimes, then on yous, man, because we're doing our bit. We are really doing our bit. Okay, so I'm giving the fans a 10. On to the ref. Look, I'm going to complain a lot about the ref, but in no way, shape or form do I think the ref cost us a game. He definitely made calls that didn't help us, that hindered our chances, but our chances were fucking dog shit anyway, the way we were playing regardless. So either way, Leicester would have won, but the ref was tragic, and I'm giving him a fucking minus 50,000, man. Like, both of the fouls committed by Maitland-Niles, they weren't 2 yellow cards. That was ridiculous. Like, maybe 1 yellow card out of all of that would have been the most I would have done personally, or I would have thought was justified, but come on, man, that was very harsh. Torreira in the box got elbowed by Evans. Like, if Troy Deeney does that about 10 days ago and he gets sent off for that, how is there not even a foul blown when Johnny Evans does that? Where's the consistency there? There was, I don't know if it was Chaudhry or whatever his name is, went in studs up the Xhaka early in the game. Lucas Torreira done that on Danny Rose, and he got sent off. Straight sent off. And he just got a yellow again. Consistency. I mean, God's sake, man. Absolute shambles, man. That referee was absolutely tragic. Some of the players, I thought Chilwell could have got 2 yellows if Maitland-Niles was a good precedent to work off. Ref was absolute shambolic, man. Can't stand this guy, Michael Oliver. Another shit ref to add to the list. 0. Minus 50,000. However you put it. Who's next? Manager, Unai Emery. 0. People were saying that we've got to criticise the players more than the manager in this case, but I thought the lineup was wrong. I couldn't fucking tell what the tactics were at all. I guess that is down to the players, a tactical thing, but the lineup I thought was wrong. It was a poor system. Really, I would have had Iwobi on the right instead of Mkhitaryan, front Orba on the left, Ozil at number 10, Lacazette striker. You know, that 4-2-3-1 setup. And people say Mesut Ozil doesn't perform away. Now, okay, there are a fair few cases where you do have a point, but Ozil would have created more than the whole team did that game. Not that it would have been much anyway, because we didn't create jack shit. If he had done 2 or 3 half-decent passes into the box, he would have done more than the whole team. Simple. We missed his creativity so much with the fact that we didn't select him. Really, we missed Aaron Ramsey as well. But he's injured, what can we do? With Mesut Ozil, you can't select him. Why is he not playing? Criticise him all you want, but we missed the creativity big time. Torreira and Xhaka have the ball. There's nobody between them to get the ball up to Lacazette and Aubameyang. So one of them has to drop deep, and then because Torreira and Xhaka can't do nothing on the ball, because 3v2 in the midfield, they get an overrun, Lacazette's dropping to near where the centre-backs are to get the ball and try to take it up, give it to Aubameyang, the passes don't come off. Well, what? There was nothing there. Ozil, we needed him big time, so that way Torreira or Xhaka can get the ball to him, and he can put one of them players through. We missed Ozil big time today. I thought that lineup was wrong as well. Koscielny, I feel, probably should have started instead of Mustafi. Although, I don't know how he's going in terms of what he could play. And I really like what Ainsley's been doing at right back. But he's had some poor performances. He's not really a right back, to be honest with you. If you want to go more defensive, then really you should be playing Mustafi at right back with Koscielny, Socrates, or Mavropanos, Socrates in the centre-backs. And then, from there, if you want to use Maitland-Niles, throw him in the midfield. Because, I mean, even if we played a 4-3-3 or a 4-5-1 with the DM and 2 centre-mids, and say you put Xhaka deepest with Torreira and Maitland-Niles with him, that would have been better, because at least we would have had more mobile midfielders to combat what Leicester did. Because we were getting absolutely dominated, and Maitland-Niles is one of the quicker players at the club. We could have used that mobility. We were lacking that massively, man. So again, just tactics wrong. And the other thing too, he was protecting the players and saying to the fans to back the team and support. Like I was saying, the ones that want to stay up beyond midnight and watch the games like I do sometimes, the away fans that go every game, despite the shit that we get from the players, and watching the games every week. You got people losing sleep over supporting Arsenal. Buying the merch, buying the jerseys. How much do you think that fucking costs? Getting season tickets or tickets every week to games. Go and get the away games. How much time do you think that's travelling? How much do you think the tickets cost money-wise? Man, we put a hell of a lot into supporting this team. Because we care a lot about this team. But they don't give us nothing back. And you want to call us out on not supporting the team. Come on, Emery, man. I like you as a manager, but fucking hell, man. 0. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I just thought I'd do a player ratings and it ends up being a rant, but whatever. Leave a like if you want, comment, subscribe. I catch you on another, I don't know, 5 years on this channel. I know it's kind of dead, but I'll see if I can start uploading regularly sometime, but see yous.